Howdy ho everyone, my name is CL and welcome to my 1 year streaming anniversary. Technically tomorrow's my 1 year streaming anniversary, but tomorrow is also October, which means the beginning of Spooky Boogie, my month-long Halloween celebration. So I'm celebrating today. And I'm also celebrating in a very me fashion, a melancholy fashion, where I kind of want to take a quick look at all of the uploads and all of the streams that I did in the past year or so as a way to kind of see if I've improved, or also I just kind of want to put out my feelings on the last year of content, what games I played, how I feel about them now, or how I feel about making that content now, that kind of thing. I was supposed to stream a little earlier today, but it's 8 p.m. It's still today, so and it shouldn't be that long of a stream anyway, so it'll probably be like an hour or so. But yeah, it's been a year since I started streaming. It's been way longer than that since I've done content on the internet. Well, 13 years or whatever. I've been doing this for a long time. But as far as Switch streams, which has been a very new thing to me, it still feels like a pretty new thing to me, even though I've been doing this pretty consistently on a weekly basis for around a year. I did miss a few weeks there and there, but as a whole, I basically kept my schedule pretty, like, tightly, you know? Other than the fact that I was late to, like, basically every stream. But they did happen. You know, I was late, but they came up, they went up, I streamed, you know? So let me take a quick look. As you all know, if you've watched this before, I archive every single one of my stream, which I feel like a lot of people should. Not because archiving your streams really necessarily means that people will like watch them, or you know, if it's a good way to like get people to start watching you or anything. I actually think it's quite the opposite. Most people don't watch archive streams, but to me, it's a little difficult to put a lot of effort into streams or a lot of effort into creating these contents and not have them be archived and have them be deleted forever. Because the reason that I stream, a reason that I make Let's Plays isn't just because I like the creation process. I like having an audience and all that other stuff, which is all definitely true. But one of the big reasons that I stream is because I like being able to play a video game for the first time and record my reaction, and a few years later I like going back and watching like moments. I've done that, you know. I've been Let's Playing since I was like 12, from 2009. I have a big archive of video games, like big archive of unlisted videos of me playing many video games. And sometimes like I get that itching and I'm like, oh man, I remember when I played Teslagrad. I don't know why that one was the one that came up, but I remember when I played Teslagrad and I saw this moment where I fought this specific boss, and I thought that was really cool. And I have the privilege to be able to physically look back at that memory, which is, you know, something that a lot of people don't have. So I archive all of my content, all of my streams. Not, like I said, not necessarily because it really drives views or anything, but because I want to be able to look back at it. And I also like the idea of, if anybody starts watching me now, that maybe they can look at my old streams and see that progress, you know? Like there's a journey there. And I think as a viewer, it's kind of exciting to be able to see that stuff, because nothing kind of annoys me more than getting into a YouTuber like really harshly, or like I really like this person, and then finding out that they don't archive any of their stuff and a lot of their stuff is deleted, because it makes me feel sad. Another thing that I don't like a lot is a lot of like YouTubers and streamers that I grew up with. Also, by the way, hi Sal. Welcome to this stream. Another thing that I don't like that much is a lot of YouTubers that I grew up on don't have their videos archived anymore, and I'll look things up, like they deleted a lot of their older videos, and I look stuff up that I'm nostalgic about and I'm not able to find it, which is frustrating to me, because I have like connections to that kind of stuff and nobody watches me, so like it's not like anyone's gonna have connections to any of this content that I've made over the years, but maybe they will at some point. I just like keeping it up, you know. I'm not a problematic person. You're not gonna look at any of my old streams and see me saying slurs, so you know, it's not a big deal keeping it up. But like I said, I want to take a quick look at the entirety of my archive for the last year and just kind of go over the certain episodes and see how I feel about them, see what I have to say about them 1 year later. Since tomorrow is technically my 1 year anniversary, like I said. So let's move over to the other screen real quick. Am I centered here? No, I'm not. Now I'm centered? Maybe like that? Here we go. Yeah. If you didn't know, over here in youtube.com/CL's Garden, I have every single thing I've ever done archived. Basically everything, at least stream wise. I also have my main channel over here, which I have a few things. I might even look at that today, since technically I did make one video on my main channel in the last year. But I'm listening to some sick fall video game music. I've listened to this specific playlist quite a bit, actually. I like this playlist a lot. I like fall video game music, or video game music that gives off fall vibes a lot. It makes me feel like kind of sad and melancholy, which is a feeling that I kind of enjoy. Toasty, you know, nice and warm, but in a sad way. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Let's start from the beginning. There's a lot of videos here, because like I said, I pretty consistently, actually, when you kind of go down it, like when you go from top to bottom like this, it doesn't even feel like it's that much, but I consistently uploaded videos for a year, you know? And these down here, these 4 right here, technically don't count because I stream these on YouTube. Let's click on these. Let me mute this stuff. I'm not gonna rewatch stuff. I don't want to hear my voice right now, but I stream these on YouTube to no viewers because, you know, people don't watch streams on YouTube if you don't have a following already. And these few streams here were me kind of just testing out the live content, the streaming to talking, doing something live, not being able to edit something out. Excuse my notifications there. I immediately went to check that. But you know, the setup hasn't changed so much. I still have this screen here. This is almost identical. Now I have the schedule over here, which I haven't been using for the last week or so, and I have the chat. I actually have chatters. Sometimes I have chatters, but yeah, these first 3 videos here, these Wonderful 101 videos, I never finished that game. I didn't like it that much. I didn't like the Switch version of that game a lot because they took the Wii U's functionality, and instead of trying to reshape the game to work better for the Switch, they kind of just put the second screen on the screen, and I hated that. It made me so frustrated, and I hated just having it there. I hated that you couldn't get rid of it and stuff. And it, like, if you watch these short streams here, funny enough, I remember thinking like these are appropriate times to stream, which honestly they are appropriate times to stream. 2-hour streams or so are appropriate streams, but like the more we'll go here, the more you'll see that I'll start getting to 5-hour streams, 8-hour streams, because I just got so comfortable doing it for a long term there. But yeah, I complain about that a lot. Nothing too special to say about these. They were just me testing out streaming live for the first time in my life, since I've never had done that before. This one right here, I was in the middle of my first Metroid Fusion playthrough, because I'm a pretty big Metroid fan, but I've never actually played Metroid Fusion, at least to that point. And I was replaying a lot of the games for Metroid Dread's release. So I was like, let's play Metroid Fusion for the first time. And I decided to like stream a little segment of me in there, a 1-hour segment in here, just to try to get some settings done to see if my microphone worked well, that kind of thing. Because I believe I remember doing this a little bit before I was going to start streaming on Twitch, in order to like see if my settings were appropriate and that kind of thing, and they weren't, honestly. I thought it was like good enough, but looking back at them now, they weren't good enough. A lot of my microphone settings have changed, and I won't look at that today because I don't want to hear my voice, like I said. But this was just me streaming a specific part of the game to like test out the thing, testing out recording. I was fighting one specific boss, the little spider boss here in Metroid Fusion. If you've played this game, you know what I'm talking about, but you know, whatever. And I was also testing out like the setup and stuff. Nothing here has changed so much. Actually, the background here has changed a bit. Then I think this has changed a bit too. I made this like more of a, you know, more of a just straight yellow instead of that pattern that I had here. This almost looks identical, but actually, if you're able to look at the pattern around me, it doesn't matter. This is super stupid. Also, by the way, Heidi Jin, welcome to the chat. I'm just going over the last years of videos because I like feeling sad. But there is one thing that changed. Like halfway through, I made the border here. You can see the pattern is smaller. It's like white. The little stripes here are a little. The pattern is a lot smaller, both between the blues and the white, because I kind of felt like that looked bad. So I made them thicker and bigger, as you can see around me, actually. I think that looks better. But yeah, these initial 4 don't really count, because this is when I started streaming on Twitch here. This is my first stream here. on Twitch. It'll have familiar faces. I think Jin was here. I don't think Sal was here for the first few streams, but I think only Jin was here. I didn't have wow, my internet is horrible right now. Jesus. I didn't have the chat up on the screen yet. I didn't have that till after Spooky Boogie, I'm pretty sure. Spooky Boogie. I also didn't know how to make this game full screen. So I just kind of left it in the middle of the thing and then I zoomed in on the OBS. I later found out that you actually could make this game full screen, but you had to press the combination of models. The usual Alt-Enter thing didn't work, but it doesn't matter. This was an RPG Maker game called Trick or Treat that was free, so I played it. It was short, it was cute, it was nice. It's a little sad, honestly. I wish I would have had that. It's my first stream, so I wish I would have had the chat up from the beginning, because it would be nice to look back and see, you know, Jin here nagging me from day one. But I remember this pretty vividly. It's only been a year, literally a year. So it's not that long ago, but I was still trying to get my setup adjusted. You can literally see in the autoplay here me moving the PC scene and revealing the Switch one or the console one underneath there, which is something I wouldn't do now. But yeah, that was fun. I only did that because it was a free game. It was specifically Halloween related. It was Trick or Treat, and then I ended up actually playing the prequel game that wasn't even all that scary, so it didn't fit the vibe too much. It only took 2 videos, so who cares? But it is what it is. I immediately followed that up by doing 2 episodes of Little Nightmares DLC, specifically because I believe in 2017 or maybe 2016 or maybe 2014 or maybe 2020 or maybe I've been doing Let's Plays for a long time, and I've been doing Spooky Boogie for a long time. Spooky Boogie. But a few years back, let's say, I did Little Nightmares 1 for the first time on my main channel. Here, we can actually just do this real quick. I'll go here, ignore my channel. I believe if we go to the playlist here. God, don't look at my liked videos. Here, I'm going full face. No, don't talk, CL. I'm going full face real quick. Center yourself, CL. Let's see if I can find it. My slowdown was pretty bad. Oh yeah, for Omori. But it was pretty good for most games. I still don't really know what happened to that, because my computer used to be able to run games pretty well, even though it's been upgraded at this point. So now I can run games basically anything. But I guess, I don't know, my hardware's pretty old, was pretty old at that point. But I could play I don't know, all the Arkham games ran completely smoothly on my PC, and Omori didn't. Omori! But here, let me look this up. 2017. Yeah, I was right. Here on my old channel, unlisted here. You can still find these. They're up on a playlist, but this is my main channel. In 2017, I did Spooky Boogie for the entire month. It was one of the only times that I actually did it for the whole month back then. And I did Little Nightmares here on multiple episodes, 30 minutes episode. They were actually edited and stuff like that, unlike here, what I don't stream. But I think the Omori thing was mostly that the game was, you know, indie release. Probably wasn't optimized very well. I think if I try to play it now on that old hardware, it might run better, because I think it got some updates and stuff, and the game was pretty new. It happens. But whatchamacallit, I did Little Nightmares in 2017, and I did quite a few things this year. Here, we can actually, if I can look at it, go over here to my content, and if we go back and off, oh God, Angels of Death, Jesus. We can take look at that full month. Look at all these Final Fantasies, baby. This is supposed to be a video about me looking at these, but I don't know. I just felt like the context matter. Here it is, 2017. I did a lot in this year. I played Doki Doki Literature Club for the first time, and that was incredible. That was one of my favorite. I don't know, that year I remember so fondly because I played so many fun games, and I did it for the whole month. And I also did a bunch of stuff really productive that year. I went to a convention for 4 days, and I still managed to get a video out every single day, which, I don't know, to me it was I was really proud of that, you know, that I was able to do that. But the reason that I'm bringing back this up is because I had such a good time playing Little Nightmares Nimers here back in 2017. So that's the reason that immediately I did the DLC right away, because I wanted to like relive that memory, because I remember these videos were really fun to make. Also Doki Doki Literature Club, man, I'll never forget that. But I played Outlast for like 30 minutes. Why did I do that? But I look back on these pretty fondly. And I did the DLC right away because I wanted to like continue that, since I've been wanting to do it forever, but I never ended up getting around to it. So I went right into Little Nightmares DLC, which was pretty fun. It was an alright game. I prefer the base game from what I remember, but I still had a pretty decent good time with it. And I was trying to get used to streaming and stuff. I believe this is around the time that Sao started watching my videos, just 3 videos later. Is there a chat? Why is my internet so bad today? Do I have a chat? I think I saw something there, didn't I? Let's see. I do! I have chat now! Look at that! This is back when it would just show up and I didn't have like a thing on top of it. Jin must have confused New Leaf and City Folk. Iconic. Classic Jin, killing it these days. I think you had that one that disappeared after. Yeah, I had that for a little while. Yeah, I kept that for a long time. Honestly, I kind of remember implementing chat a lot later than that, but I guess I did it pretty earlier. After that, I did Faith, which was really fun. Those games were really, really cool. And I was able to do all of them. Chapter 1, 2, and... Chapter 1 and 2, was it? And 3? Oh, wait, let's just look at the goddamn... Chapter 1 and 2, yeah, it was only Chapter 1 and 2. I guess Chapter 3 is the one coming out this year. I did Chapter 1 and 2, which took me 3 hours and 53 minutes, which is interesting. I'm actually going to be replaying these for this year's Spooky Boogie, since I didn't know back then. There's apparently a demo for Chapter 1 and a demo for Chapter 2, which I didn't play because I thought they were demos. But apparently the demos... I think I found this out during the stream. But apparently the demos are completely, like... separate story stuff that doesn't show up in the actual games. So like I remember learning that and getting like super frustrated that was the case. Oh, I played the demo for Chapter 3. That's what happened there. So I'll play these again, and I'll also play the demos to add to that. Yeah, a lot of these games don't have that much information online. I played Body Simulator for 3 days. It's so funny. I remember thinking that like multiple day streams. Wow, 3 days it took me to Body Simulator. I remember thinking in my mind that felt like a long time. Like, oh boy, I did 3 streams of Body Simulator. That took so long. This is in fact foreshadowing for my years of Xenoblade Chronicles, but I'm not gonna get into that until a minute. But these were really fun. This is another game that shocked really badly on my old computer. Way worse than Omori. Omori ran fine most of the time, but this game shocked hard. On my old computer. It would be nice to replay that at some point, but probably not this year. Then I did No Delivery. No Delivery was probably one of my favorites out of this entire year, because I had such a good time with it. It was such a fun game. It was the first like more than 6 hour stream I did. Before that I was trying to keep my streams for 3 to 4 hours, and I might do the same this year. Some of them might be longer, some of them might be like 9 hours long, because I'm gonna try to get as many games done as possible. Yeah, that last section that was 3D really destroyed my computer, like badly. Whatchamacallit? This was really fun. I had a really good time with No Delivery, and we're gonna be playing another Oats game this time around, so this should be fun. I had a really good time with that. It was the first time that I did a 7-hour stream, and I wasn't doing 1 p.m. streams back then. I was doing like 6 p.m. streams or something like that. So like I played this till like 1 p.m. 1 a.m. if I remember correctly. This year most streams will be 1 p.m. or so. 1 p.m. or 5 p.m. Most of them will be at 5 p.m., but some of them will be 1 p.m. streams. I'll have a schedule up tomorrow for the first day. But I had such a good time with that. Then I played The Witch's Tea Party, which was in the Bavitch's Tea Party, sorry. Which wasn't like super scary or anything, but it was a prequel to the Trick or Treat thing here at the beginning, and I had a decent good time with that, so I want to do it again. This was fun. RPG Maker game. A little, cutesy, and in the least rude of ways. a little less, a little amateuristic when it comes to like RPG maker game making, but like in a good way, you know, like there was clear progress between this game and this game, and like I remember that thinking that was really cool. Seeing like a game developers pure progress that quickly in between one game to another from like 1 year or that kind of thing. But whatchamacallit, yeah, after that, which I also remember feeling like it took forever because, oh wow, 2 streams for a game, that's too many. Omori coming up, but I did Off the Killers then. Off the Killers was super fun. It was probably one of the most fun things I did that year. Off the Killers, Faith, and No Delivery were probably the biggest highlights to me of that year. Off the Killers was a set of not really well known, like short indie games in a really unique, like I wouldn't call it 2.5D. It's like 3D game, but a lot of the assets are 2D, so it's really cool to walk around. It feels really cool. It has a really, it's my favorite kind of spooky, these Off the Killers games, where it's weird, it's not scary in the like horrifying scary that a lot of people like. It's scary in the like just like eerie and kind of weird feeling. The best way that I can describe BV games, these Off the Killer games, is like being a child, like you're 10 years old and you wake up at 1 p.m. and you turn on Cartoon Network and it's Adult Swim or something, and they're playing some weird cartoon that you've never heard of and you will never heard of again, and we will never hear of again, at 1 p.m. and it's weird, and like it's, you know, the 2000s, so you can't even look it up because the internet is different back then, you know, and like you'll think about that, like that feeling for the rest of your life, and you'll never be able to track down what you were watching. That's exactly what these series of games made me feel, you know, which I loved. I thought that was super fun. 1 a.m. whatever, times are weird, but after that I went into Omori Hell, which is the probably behind Xenoblade Chronicles 2 the most hell experience that I've ever had in these games. These were fun to do as they were going on. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, wait, no, that's not done 8. That's 7, and then I kept it going after 8 and 9. Took me 9 streams to finish Omori. It really shouldn't have. Oh, sorry, I just bumped the mic. Oh my god, oh Jesus. The thing about this is this was before the world of Xenoblade Chronicles, before I started making 8 hours, 9 hour streams. I really regret playing Omori, not only because I ended up not liking it, but because it took like the last whole week of Spooky Boogie, and honestly I wish I would have had more time to play like just more scary games, you know, instead of doing 1 whole week of Omori and then keeping it going after that, you know. Also, it would have been a lot faster if I actually did like 8-9 hour streams instead of these 5 hour streams that I kept doing. It definitely would have cut back on quite a few of the videos. The thing about Omori, I'm not gonna get into all the specifics. You can watch the Let's Play, you can watch literally the last hour of the last video, and you can feel all my feelings. And also you can watch a million archives where I talked about it throughout the year, because this game really hurt me. But I regret playing it not only because it took up so much of the month that I wish I would have had time to do other fun, spooky games, but whatchamacallit, it wasn't really that scary of a game. It didn't feel the vibe that well. It was scary at points, but most of the time it was a pretty chill, cute game. And I don't know, I just really don't think, looking back on it, that it fit the vibe. It does have like horror elements, especially towards the end. You know, oh my god, this music. Oh, so good. But you can hear that well, right? I have it turned up pretty high, so hopefully you can hear that well. But I don't know, I kind of regret it because not only did I end up liking the game, it took too much of the month, and it just didn't fit the aesthetic. And I wish I would have had more time to just play more indie games or more other horror games, you know? And this year, at most, things are gonna take 2 videos, or like if that doesn't work, it'll take 3. But 3 isn't that big of a deal. You know, it's not gonna be 11 or whatever the heck this is. You know, so I have set up basically the entire month, so we're gonna be set and good, and everything's gonna go Gucci. But yeah, I did quite a lot of these. I enjoyed the game decently. It was a fun game. It was a fun 6 out of 10 game until the end, and I hated my life, you know. But I'm not gonna get into it more than that. On Halloween Day, I did a few things actually. I played the Trick or Treat remake, which came out on that day. The remake of the first game that I played at the beginning of the Spooky Boogie month, which was fun. It was just the same game again, but like the graphics were upgraded a little bit, and you know, some of the mechanics were like done better, that kind of thing. It was fun. I had a pretty decently good time with this, but I did multiple things that day. I remember I played this. I love this freaking song. It's not from a game that I've ever played, by the way. It's from Xenoblade. Never mind. It's from Xenoblade Chronicles. I lied. I'm a liar. I lied. No wonder I love this song. Oh, I never put that together because I've been listening to this fall video game music soundtrack like since 2020, since it was uploaded, and I remember multiple times getting to this song and being like, "This song, a banger, baby. This is now. This is music." And now I love Xenoblade Chronicles, but yeah, this was fun. This was uploaded on November 1st, but you know, they were uploaded the day after when I streamed them. For the first few of these streams, I actually co-streamed them on both YouTube and the other one, Twitch, where I would have them going at the same time in order to make them available to be watched almost immediately after I was done streaming. I would just set them live because I would stream them. I would do a stream, but the YouTube streams would be unlisted just so I could like upload them easily. The reason I stopped doing that is because you can't edit them on YouTube, and I like to delete whenever I archive my things now, I like to delete the first 10 minutes because that's just waiting for the streams to start and other things like that. Yeah, so I don't do that anymore. But I did that. And then I did a 7-hour video, and I played the entirety of Little Nightmares 2, which was a blast. I definitely did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Little Nightmares 1 a few years back, but it's still a really great game. You know, a few years later, the mechanics are upgraded, and a lot of the spookies were really fun. Little Nightmares is just a super great set of games. I hope Little Nightmares 2 gets some DLC at some point, because honestly, that's such a fun game. I had a really good time with that. And then after that, I ended the month by playing a brand new release of the BB game of the Killers, Blood of the Killers it was called, which was a fun way to end the month, honestly. I remember feeling a little sad because I wanted to also, there were other things I wanted to do. One of them being like I wanted to play some Animal Crossing because I thought it'd be kind of cute to end the month on me playing Animal Crossing and doing the Animal Crossing Halloween event, but I didn't have time to do that for a variety of reasons, but it doesn't matter too much. You will see a lot of these end with me being sad. But yeah, that was my first month of streaming, and probably the most like amount of games that I played in 1 month, you know? I also stream 4 times a day, and 4 times a week, 4 times a day. I also stream 4 times a week for the duration of this month, which meant that I ended up getting a lot of stuff done. It was pretty fun, you know, that kind of thing. But after that, I finished Omori. Same thing, Omori, it made me mad. I'll be angry forever. The truth, look at this cute picture. I like these thumbnails, they're nice. After that, I believe I took a little bit of a break. Like 2-week break or something like that. And I got back into streaming regularly for a little while there. I believe it was 2 times a week, Monday and Friday. No, it was Tuesday and Thursday. It was Tuesday and Thursday. That I would stream for a little while there until like the Xenoblade Chronicles made me start doing 3 times a stream kind of thing, 3 times a week stream kind of thing. We'll get there, but a lot of this stuff should go faster since it's just game franchises, and at the point that we'll get to Xenoblade Chronicles, it'll just be me talking about one thing basically. But I did stream Owlboy, and I 100%ed it. I wanted to replay it because a few years back I played it at Jin's house and I bought a copy of it IRL. It's over there. and I wanted to play it, give it another playthrough. Fun game, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous game with a really nice soundtrack, good visuals. But as a whole, it's just a pretty decent, fun game with a good following. I think it did pretty well. But you know, a lot of people these days remember Owlboy, and I talk about this on the stream. A lot of people nowadays remember Owlboy not because of the video game, but because it took 10 years to talk. When people talk about Owlboy, they talk about the development of Owlboy and not the game itself, which I remember saying made me feel kind of sad because it's honestly a pretty good game. And a thing is, I tried my best to 100% the game, but most of these playthroughs are blind playthroughs. So like I don't know everything about it, and here it is me not cutting the beginning of the stream. But a thing about it is I try to go for 100% a lot of the times and show as much as possible. Hey, look, it's Sao down there. But I did miss one thing. I missed one thing in this game, a secret that I didn't even know was in the game. Because we had a whole conversation. Let's see if we can see it here. Because it's literally here in the beginning, yeah. Pretty music. Well, let's see if I can. Hey, look, Jin loves Twig. All my homies love Twig. Here it is. I had a whole discussion about this. This monitor right here. This monitor, I remember telling, like having a whole full discussion about, like, I don't know what that does. Like, it's there and you can interact with it, and there's a question mark thing on it. There, like, I didn't know what it was about, which was super interesting because I remember trying to look it up and I couldn't find anything about it, and we thought we like surmised on the stream that it must have been something that was never fully finished and just was kind of kept in the game, that kind of thing. But I later found out that, yeah, like Jin does, you have to, like Jin just said, you have to do something really obscure, where if you go to the house in the main island, Advent Village or whatever, where there's a guy playing the drums, if you play his exact same melody, which the game doesn't tell you in any way, if you play his melody, they give you a thing which you can then take on here and unlock this area, and there's a guy behind there, and he, like, there's a little moment where I believe the Luigi character, the green boy, he sees him and tells you, like, oh, this is an ex-soldier of mine. I'm sure we can look it up. Owlboy, drum secret. I'm sure if I look that up, we'll get there it is. As you can tell, I looked it up. So yeah, so you do the drum thing at this person's house, where you go over here and you play his rhythm, which the game doesn't tell you to do. It's super, like, you know, obscure. And then you go back to that area and you have a nice little conversation here about a soldier that got stuck here, and it's like pretty melancholy. I wish I could have watched this, but I'm not gonna react or anything. I just wanted to show it here because I remember I found out about it like literally 3 days after a stream, and I remember being like, ah, oh, damn it, I should have shown that. That sucks. I should have done that. Maybe I did. I don't know if I did. But yeah, it's super interesting that we missed that. Pretty obscure little secret there. After that, I enter my Uncharted phase. Woo! Uncharted phase is something that I look back on really fondly, because I love these games. I had such a blast with all of these games, and I did it for quite a little while. Maybe like a month and a half. It felt like longer than that, but it must have only been like, here, I can actually just check. We can click on this, and we can click on this. I started on November 29th, and it ended there on March 15. Wow, it really took me that long. November, end of November, so December, January, March. Took me two and a half months, basically, to finish every single Indiana Jones game, Uncharted game. Let's see, let me add that up in my mind. So that's 1 week. That is 1 week. That's 2 weeks. That's 3 weeks. 4 weeks. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, which is around yeah, 2 months and some change. That's what it is. It took me 2 months and some change to play all the Uncharted games. I look back on that really fondly because I love the Uncharted games. I had such a good time playing Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. I still say that Uncharted 2 was my favorite because the jump from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2 was so astronomical that it felt so incredible. But in honesty, Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4 are better games. They're just slightly better games than the previous one. Uncharted 3 is a slightly better game than Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 4 is quite a bit better game than Uncharted 3. But as a whole, in my mind, I'll always remember Uncharted 2 as being the most exciting game because the jump from Uncharted 1 to 2 was so astronomical that it felt incredible, and I look back on it so fondly. Like the train sequences in Uncharted 2, mamma mia. And the drama in Uncharted 2, way better than the first one, mamma mia. The moms with sussy, the sussy moments were great. The final boss was way better than the final boss in the first game. It was just great. It was a good time. The first game was really fun, and I remember what I was doing back then is I would do an Uncharted game, then I would play a Splatoon game because I was waiting for the release of Splatoon 3, which just came out. Isn't that interesting? Wow, look at all this build up. So I played Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, which was a fun, good game. It shows his age. It's a pretty old PS2 game, but it's still enjoyable, honestly. It's still a pretty fun game, but it does show his age. It's a pretty old game. Then I played Splatoon 1, Octo Expansion. Nope. Why did I say that? Because the word Octo is in the thumbnail. Octoling. So that's why I came in there. I haven't used my Wii U in 5 years. Yeah, I played Splatoon 1 for the first time, which was super fun. It's really interesting, actually. Jin and I had a conversation about this a little while back where we were talking about how they feel differently about it, but I started in Splatoon 1 and then I went to 2 and 3. So I didn't realize how, like, I wouldn't call it astronomical, but like there's a pretty big graphical upgrade between the first and second game. But because I started with the first one and I went directly to the second one, I noticed it, but I didn't realize it was so bad until I went back to watch some of this a little while back. And I was like, oh, wow, this game looks pretty different, you know? Like, the shading is completely different. A lot of the character designs are changed. Like, the game looks pretty flat at points. It's interesting, but it's a pretty fun game. The story mode is cool. It has that DJ Octavian fight at the end of the game that is super cool with the original inking incantation a little moment, which honestly probably still the best one. Because it was the first time they did it and they just kept doing it over and over and over again. But you know, good time, good game, muy bueno, fun game. And then after that, I did Uncharted 2. This game is sus. Shambhala Found. I had a great time with this as well. Like I said, I already told my opinions, but probably the best one in the franchise, in my opinion, because of the jump. It feels so good, and it's a fun game. You fight the Nazis. You don't actually fight the Nazis, but you kind of fight you fight a little bit the Nazis. The Nazis you fight a little bit. A fun game. And then I did Splatoon 2, which honestly, I think I've talked about this. I think I talked about this recently, but I don't remember Splatoon 2 story mode at all. Like, I remember Splatoon 1, and I remember Octo Expansion, and I just recently did Splatoon 3, but I do not remember Splatoon 2 story mode at all. The only thing I remember is being extremely disappointed because you fight DJ Octavia again, and you have the incantation again, and that's literally all I remember about the actual story mode of this game. I do remember being really frustrated because I talked about this in the Splatoon 3 playthrough, so I won't get super into it. But I wasn't a big fan of the way that Splatoon 1 and 2 did the overworld looking for the levels thing, and I remember Splatoon 2's made me more mad than the first one. But other than that, fun game. Then after that, we went into Uncharted 3, which had a pretty big graphical jump. Or a big jump when it comes to the way that the story was presented to you. It was way more cinematic. It had way more cutscene to gameplay moments, which were super sick and super fun. But as a whole, honestly, I think a lot of people agree with this. Uncharted 3 has probably like the worst story of any of the Uncharted games because like it doesn't make any sense and it feels pretty repetitive. Oh my god, I have fake bangs and they look bad. And also, what the heck is up with how far away I am from the camera there? That looked bad. Hey, look, it's the boat sequence. Why do I look like a ghost? It's only been a year. Why you look like that? Why you look like that, CL? What the heck happened to you? Why look like that? But yeah, Uncharted 3, pretty good time. Weakest story of the game. This is when I started using the face cam, as you can tell by it being bad. I believe for the second one it was slightly better. This was before I had lighting, first of all, so it looks bad. This is before I had any form of lighting, so it doesn't look pretty good. And I don't know. It looks washed out, and I didn't have lighting, and I was using the lights in my room, which looks pretty bad. Also, like, I'm way too zoom out, which looks really bad. Also, this was way bigger. I, for some reason, made this too big. It looks bad because I zoomed out so badly. I wasn't zooming in. And also, like, it was dominating a lot of the screen, so I made it smaller, and I'm zooming into my face a little bit more now. So I think it looks better. It looks better with the lighting and the zooming in. When did I add lighting? I just bought a light from Amazon to just do a like 1/3 or what the heck, the 1/4 quarter lighting thing, whatever the heck, that kind of thing. It looks better. What's the song from? Octopath Traveler. No wonder I recognized it. But I also had this moment here where I opened that present that I was sent to me by a YouTuber that I watch, which was interesting. This is the first time that this right here is the first time. This was part of the Uncharted stream, but this right here was the first time I ever actually had face cam on stream. It actually doesn't even look that bad here. It looks worse in the actual stream. But yeah, I cut this out and put it as its own part. I believe Cactus was here. This is one of the first times that Cactus was here. Yeah, this was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Then after that, I followed it with 4 whole episodes of Octo Expansion. The premium Splatoon experience right there. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the good stuff. That's the real Splatoon, baby. That's the good stuff. I actually blast for that because I think for some of these, I didn't use my camera for any of this one. That's interesting. I probably should have, honestly. It would be nice to look at my facial reactions for a lot of the really cool moments in this game. But I had a real big blast with this. I'm not going to get into it too deeply because honestly, I just talked about this literally when I finished Splatoon 3. But I will talk about the fact that it took me 5 hours to beat Inner Agent 3. I literally did a 5-hour stream of me fighting Inner Agent 3 for 5 hours. And then I beat him at the very end, which was very exciting. I believe it was like 1 a.m. or something by the time that I beat him. Why do I keep saying 1 a.m.? And that was pretty hype. I believe someone was here. Multiple people came, actually. I think Nunu was here. Cactus was here. Al was here. And I think someone else who doesn't come anymore was here. But either way, it doesn't matter. Then after that, I played the incredible Uncharted 4. Beautiful send off to the story. Won't get into it too deeply. It doesn't matter. I cried. I cried at the end of this because it made me so emotional to say goodbye to these characters, because honestly, like, it took me around 2 months to finish all the games, and I had a blast. I had a really good time. Nunu was there. I had a really good time, getting to love all these characters, getting to do all these fun adventures. So, like, at the end of it, when it cuts to the future and Mr. Uncharted, Mr. Nathaniel Nathanius Drakathens, like, is retired and stuff. Like, I remember, like, getting pretty choked up for that, because, it was fun. I'm pretty sentimental when it comes to things like this, honestly. And this music isn't helping. These autumn songs, these fall songs, they really get me. But yeah, I had a really good time. And then not soon after this, we watched the Uncharted movie, which wasn't very good. That's why I played all of them, right? I remember saying in the first video that I'm gonna play all the Uncharted games so that I can watch the Uncharted movie and complain, but with real. Complain with real. No, like have valid reasons to complain about the movie, you know, as a real Uncharted fan. And the movie ended up being fine, honestly. And yeah, I was just about to talk about the thumbnail, but it was a fine enough movie. It had a moment that I liked in it where they played Mr. Nathaniel's theme. God, I love that theme. I still love that thing. That still gets me choked up, baby. That the Nathaniel theme, Nathaniel Nate's theme, as it's called, like that gets me pumping, baby. That's a good theme. It gets me choked up, it gets me excited, and that is a masterpiece, baby. That's the good stuff. But then after that, didn't have any more Splatoons to play because I had finished everything between all of that. So in between this and the next Uncharted thing, I played Gunpoint, which was apparently a part of the Defenestration series of games that are made by the same developers, and they're somewhat similar games, but they're not in the same universe or anything. And we had a whole discussion about the Garfield Defenestration meme. So you know, I made a meme image. It's, you know, muy funny. The Defenestration of CL, I believe that was Jin's idea to name it that. The reason I play that is because a few years back I wanted the thing in. I guess I'll do this one. Is this new? This is brand new. It just came out. Huh. That's fun. Whatchamacallit? I had a friend, David Deosora, who I used to I used to make Let's Plays with back in the day when I was like 14, 15, all the way from like 2013, 14 to like 2016, 17. We made a lot of videos together. We made channels together. We made cringe channels together. And he told me, oh, you should play this game called Gunpoint. I've been playing it. It's a pretty fun game. I think you enjoy it. And I was like, yeah, I'll definitely do that. So I played it 7 years later. We don't even talk anymore, but you know, I kept my word, baby. I kept my word. You know that CL always keeps their word. That I believe it, you know? That kind of thing. But whatchamacallit. After that, we played the final Uncharted game, which I also cried at the end of, and because the game was emotional anyway. It was honestly just alright. It felt like Uncharted 4 DLC that was released as its own game. So to a certain extent, that was kind of disappointing. But you know, it's a decently good game. You know, I had a good time playing it, and you know, it takes everything that all the previous games did and does it again, specifically Uncharted 4, and it has, you know, a few open-ended areas in this game. It's a little weird because it feels like I talked about this during the stream, but it feels like an Uncharted adventure, but you start halfway through the game, which was a weird choice. But as a whole, it's a decent enough fun game. It felt a little weird for it to be the last Uncharted game. Maybe there'll be another one, but it's been quite a few years since this game came out. 2017. That's like 50 years ago. 2017 was like 50 years ago, basically. Still, my thumbnail, sorry, my webcam positioning is not good. Why is your face not in the center? God damn it, CL. And why are you so zoomed out? And also, why is it dominating so much of the screen? You goofus. Then after that, we got into Xenoblade Hell. Xenoblade Hell. Before the Xenoblade Hell, I did a little bit of a multiplayer game here. You know, just played some Splatoon 2 multiplayer. That was fun. I played with New Room and you know, Jin in here. I think Capo played with us for a little while. And then I made a decision. I had promised Jin's here that we were gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles. That I was gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles for her like a few years back, like 5 years ago when I was doing Let's Plays. And I told him like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm gonna do a Let's Play of it on my channel. It's gonna be great. And then, multiple years went by and I didn't do it. And I was like, you know what? It's the time, baby. I've been streaming for a good while now. I kind of get the streaming thing. I get it. I understand how it is. Let's do it, baby. Xenoblade Chronicles. Let's play it. This is definitely not gonna end in me suffering and wanting to die. It's some of the worst days of my life. Wink. Yeah, like Jin here. My original plan was Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is releasing sometime soon. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is releasing at the end of September. It's releasing right now. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is releasing at the end of September, so you know what? I have plenty of time to play Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Originally, I wasn't planning on playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, but then we talked about it, and I was like, you know what? I have the time. I'm enjoying Xenoblade Chronicles so much. Oh, I should play X as well, because that's good. That's gonna be sick. And then partway through the Let's Play, Nintendo was like, hey, JK, baby, the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out 3 months earlier. And I'm like, oh, I guess I won't have time for that. I'll just keep Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'll play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and then I'll jump into Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That is not how things turn out. For reasons that I've discussed a million times, but I'll probably get into them in a minute. But let's talk about Xenoblade Chronicles here. What can I say? It took me 14 streams to finish the game, which at the time felt like so many streams. So many streams. Xenoblade Chronicles. 14 streams. It was a teaching experience to me, playing Xenoblade Chronicles, for multiple reasons. Even though I kind of knew a lot of these lessons, I came into it saying from the very beginning, I believe I literally said it. This game is too long, ready for 150 hours of gameplay. It was actually 170. But I said in this first stream, streaming long games isn't really good for your career as a streamer. Usually streaming long games like this kind of kills channels because people lose interest, or people can't, miss a few streams, so they stop. They get behind, so they stop. There's multiple reasons for why streaming long games isn't really good for really good content for a career kind of thing. But it was fine because one, no one watches me, and no one still watches me, so it's not that big of a deal. Who am I? Who am I killing here? It was fine because of that. And second, it was fine because my original plan was I'm gonna do 3 streams a week to Xenoblade Chronicles, and in the middle of the week I'm gonna play something else. And honestly, for the duration of Xenoblade Chronicles, I kept up that word pretty well. I did that quite a bit, and it worked fine. I was getting views. Honestly, like only some of these, like towards the end, only like 2 to 3 didn't have people watching me. Jin, Keppo, Sal were there for basically most of these streams, and the occasional Nunu and Cactus and all that stuff, and quite a few other people who came in to watch. So like, it was honestly, it's like decently successful. It was fine. And not only was it decently successful and fine, but Xenoblade Chronicles is a masterpiece of a video game, and it was one of the most enjoyable times that I've ever had streaming, because I was enjoying the game so goddamn much. I came into it being a little cynical. Anime melodrama game. And if you watch the first like 2 episodes, you can kind of see that I was like, I was open to enjoying the game, but I was being very jokey about like, this is a melodrama. I'm anime. And then like by episode like 4, I was like, dude, I'm in, dude. This is a sick game, dude. Like, tell me more, dude. Melodrama. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. This is the good stuff, baby. Damn, this game themes are like hardcore, baby, and it's like talking about them in such an interesting fashion. Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I guess that a way that I would describe it is anime it's anime in the ways that when I was a kid, the reasons that I loved anime. When I was a kid, I didn't watch anime because it was melodramatic or it was generic or whatever. That stuff that I later learned. What drew me into anime was this very weird Japanese way of storytelling that isn't common in America. These like topics and ideas that are discussed, maybe they are discussed in America or in more Western media, but they're discussed very differently. or they're not discussed at all. So like Xenoblade Chronicles to me was anime in the best way. Anime in the interesting, anime in the weird, anime in the Eastern perspective that is like so foreign to me. So it's super interesting and super captivating. So to me, like Xenoblade Chronicles was such a good time from beginning to end, from Mumcar all the way to Sansa at the end of the game. I had such a blast, and it kept getting better and better. And oh god, it was muy bueno time. I don't regret playing it at all. I do not regret playing Xenoblade Chronicles at all on stream. Honestly, I would do it again. And specifically because like I was doing long streams and I was enjoying them. Like, look at this. I was doing 9. I started with a 10-hour stream and then I was like 7, 9, and then towards the end of it, I'm doing like consistent 9-hour streams towards the end of it, you know, because like I was just so enthralled. I was just having such a good freaking time, you know. And also like I was playing other games, you know, every like two streams you can see I played other games. So like I was still keeping viewers around, you know. If I was a more successful streamer and I wanted to do a long game like this, that's probably what I would do. I would stream 4 times a week or something, and I would do 2 streams of the long game, but I would make sure to like consistently every week have content that is in that game so I can continue getting those views, that kind of thing. But I'm not a big streamer, so it doesn't matter. Why does my Homestuck video have so many more views than usual? Because it's Homestuck, baby. But to finish off the Xenoblade Chronicles conversation, beautiful game. Recommend it to anyone. One of the most wonderful gaming experiences I ever had in my life. I'm so glad that I have it fully recorded with face cam and everything. Look at that. Look at this. This is around the point that not only did I like started goddamn framing my webcam better if it would load. I guess the videos are 9 hours, but like it's pretty bad. Not only am I framing the webcam better, but I have some better lighting, you know. Not super great because at this point I was still making the rookie mistake that I was using both of this light, you know, my main lighting source here, and a little bit of the lights in my room, because I thought that this light would be too strong. So it looked a little washed out, and the room kind of overtakes me too much instead of focusing mostly on my face like it does now. And I think nowadays it just looks way better. But beautiful game. That's the game right there. Recommend it to anyone. Anyhow, in between Xenoblade Chronicles, I did a few variety of other related things. I played World of Goo, which was a decently fun game. Honestly, I might have enjoyed this game a lot more if I had played it by myself, because it's like a puzzler, and honestly, puzzlers are kind of hard to commentate over, because you really have to be focusing on that kind of stuff. But it was still a pretty fun game. It's this first World of Goo episode has one of my most memorable, like, fun, stressful moments that I've ever endured in one of these, where I streamed for 4 hours, and 4 hours in, both Jin and Sao decided to tell me that oh, by the way, there hasn't been any audio the whole game, and I like got so mad. It was one of the first times that I ever like truly like felt like pure disappointment and anger on a stream. Was during this pure unadulterated, like, real feelings, because like the thing about it that was so funny to me is that there is like I spent an hour in this video talking about, like, oh, this song right now, it sounds like the Titanic song, and then I talked about that for like 30 minutes, and never once did anyone decide to tell me that you couldn't hear the music. Oh my god. But whatever, there forever without any music or whatever. Decently good time. World of Good here was. And then the second one, I just kind of sped around it because honestly, like, the game is fun and stuff. It is cute and it's pretty influential, and it's a nice piece of indie game history there. But it's hard to play on stream, and I didn't want to do it anymore, so I just beat it. So I did that. I did more streams here. I did a Homestuck stream. It was, I believe, the Homestuck Day. What's the Homestuck Day again? April 14th. What's April? Is that 4/12 or 4/13? That kind of thing. And look at that, my framing's kind of better here. I'm chubby, man. But and yeah, this is when I was like drinking like a lot of chocolate, hot choco that I still have and I never finished. Behind me right now actually, because it was colder and stuff. But right now, even it's fall and it still feels kind of hot, honestly. So I haven't been doing that. But yeah, I did this. I did a video which Jin actually completely missed, which is funny because you know Jin is like the big Homestuck fan. But I did a video basically where, as a known Homestuck fan, I just took Homestuck quizzes and stuff. I just sat down and like did go Homestuck quizzes, and Mango was actually here for a little while. And I was a pretty memorable time, honestly, because like I know a lot about Homestuck trivia because I've consumed a lot of Homestuck side content through Jin and my ex and a few other people in my life. And I also watched quite a few like Homestuck videos that talk about like drama around Homestuck video. I watched that Sarah C like 2-3 hour Homestuck video, and then I watched another Homestuck video that was about Briska that was pretty long. So like I have a lot of Homestuck knowledge, even though I've never actually read it, even though I've read a few of the first pages. So I remember doing this like Homestuck quiz where they were like asking me lore questions, and honestly I did decently good. You know, like I didn't do great, but like I knew a lot of things, you know, because like I have so much weird side knowledge of Homestuck, which is interesting. But yeah, I did a little Homestuck video. I guess I got 50 views. I also, around this point is when I started collecting the Animal Crossing amiibo cards. I believe this here, this might have been this unboxing here might have been part of this video here, and I just split them up. This was me just unboxing a few cards. Pretty fun. I did this for a little while where I unboxed a lot of cards at the beginning of streams, just because I thought it'd be fun, a little side content to put in there. I never actually did finish this collection. I'm still missing like 6 cards. I'm still missing like 6 cards in order to finish the first 100 cards of Animal Crossing amiibo. Honestly, I might just buy those because they're like $1 each. But yeah, I did that. What else did I do around here? I played some Sonic the Hedgehog Roblox as well, where I did a little stream here, just a 3-hour stream, kind of playing that official Sonic Roblox game. It wasn't very good, honestly. I thought it might be more fun, but it was kind of meh. But I also played a few other things in here that were pretty fun, like some rhythm games and stuff like that. And the Sky ripoff game that was actually pretty fun. I played some Cookie Run games. This was pretty good. The thing that I remember the most about this was I played a Xenoblade Chronicles Roblox game that was so bad, and I don't know, I just had so much stupid like Xenoblade Chronicles, like I had Xenoblade brain, you know, I had Xenoblade brain, and my Xenobrain, like I just thought it was so funny to see like a really bad Roblox version of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which was really fun. I must have been around here somewhere, but it doesn't matter too much. That's me. I got the xenophobic brain. I also did this Ninja Gaiden stream where I tried to finish Ninja Gaiden for the first time because I've never finished Ninja Gaiden. I've played it a few times in my life, but I always get to the final boss and I can't do it. And I played it for 4 hours, got to the end, died multiple times at the end, and I just rage quit the game, and I never went back to it. Honestly, I might go back to it someday. It'd be fun to like, you know, like redeem myself, but this was a pretty fun a little game here to play in between the things. And that was that. Xenoblade Chronicles ended, and then I did 3 episodes on the little Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition side story. The Future Connected, is it called? Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, which was a fun little side story that must have felt really good for fans of the original game that I hadn't got to see like Melia and Shulk in a long time. Shulk and Melia have drippy costumes in this, but it was decently fun. It wasn't anything too special. But it was just a nice little extra experience they added on there, which was cool. I played Bastion. I built that wall and I tore it down. I dig that hole. I did that, which was pretty fun. I had played Bastions before, but I have never beaten it. So I decided to just play it on stream because I thought it'd be fun. It thought it'd be a fun little experience, and it was. I actually had a really good time with this game. Laffy was there for a lot of that. My real life friend was also a streamer. Check them out, yo. But they were there for a lot of that because they're apparently pretty big fans of Bastion and Transistor, the Transistors. But that was pretty fun. I had a really good time with that game. A beautiful game, beautiful soundtrack, beautiful visuals, that kind of thing. I had a good time. I should have gotten some water because I'm getting a little like thirsty. And also, like, I'm an hour and 30 minutes into the stream. I thought it would only take me like an hour, but we're basically at the end here. Then after Bastion, I did 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes on Kirby the Forgotten Land. This was super, super fun. Sorry. Whatchamacallit? These were super, super fun. I had a really good time with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's probably one of my favorite games that I played this year, other than, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles. But incredible game, incredible platformer, super, super fun. Incredible final boss that was decently difficult, and then a harder version of it that I actually kind of struggled with quite a bit. Also, I never blocked that much, honestly, in this game. Apparently, I found out later that you can, like, block damage, and you take very little damage just by holding the block button, and a lot of people just do that, and I never did that. I tried to dodge everything in the game, which made the game a lot harder for me. But, if you haven't gotten the chance to play Kirby in the Forgotten Land, I would absolutely recommend it, especially if you are a fan of platformers. It is just as enjoyable as Mario Odyssey, and to me, Mario Odyssey was the best Mario Brothers 3D platforming game ever made. I like Odyssey a little bit more than Forgotten Land, but just a little bit. Kirby in the Forgotten Land that was up there, baby. It's one of the best games of the year that I've played, and it'll definitely stand the test of time, as well as be one of those games that in a few years, when the Switch is all news and Nintendo Switch 2 is out or something, people look back at the legacy of the original Switch, and people will remember Forgotten Land. They'll be like, that is a solid game for the franchise or whatever, for the Switch. What's this? It's Kingdom Hearts 3 music. Where's Keppo when you need them? Speaking of Keppo, actually, I forgot to mention, but they were like here pretty consistently during Xenoblade Chronicles 1. They were here a lot. I also didn't talk about this a lot. This was my first Nintendo Direct that I watched. It was just an alright one. It was a little bit better than the one that just happened, the farming one that happened here, but honestly, it wasn't that great either. But there is something to be said about this one, because I completely went over it and I forgot to say it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced in that Direct, and that is the game that told me, oh, well, if Xenoblade Chronicles 3, then maybe I should definitely pull up on that promise that I come through with, that promise that I made Jin 17 years ago that I was gonna Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. And that put me, this Direct right here is caused a domino effect to me wanting to die, you know, to the worst days of my life. But we'll get there in a minute. But yeah, Forgotten Land was great. After that, there was a State of Play. I don't care about any of this. It was a fun enough Direct with a lot of decent reveals that a lot of people who are fans of like Resident Evil and other things like that might have had a really good time with this, but I am not. So honestly, it just didn't appeal to me at all. This got 67 views, huh? This didn't appeal to me at all. But I remember that I ended this with like a full rant about how like it didn't appeal to me, but that doesn't mean that it was a bad state of play, that it was a bad presentation, and that it frustrates me so much when people get super upset because their niche specific interests aren't catered to. I said it right now in a really eloquent way, but I remember just yelling. I yelled for 10 minutes about like, not everything is about you. Shut up. You're all so annoying or whatever. Classic CL moment. And then I entered hell. A little interesting thing about this, actually. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, actually, I streamed this right before Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the beginning here, but the finale of this. But for some reason, I forgot to upload it on my archive channel, so this is out of order. I uploaded it afterwards, which, you know, like bothered me for a really long time that these weren't in sequential order, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Then I entered hell. What can I say about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that I haven't already said? It was way too long. I had a million problems with it. It kind of destroyed me because not only did it like kind of kill my channel to a certain extent, because not even my closest friends were watching this towards the end of this. Not towards the end of this, honestly, like halfway through this. Halfway through Xenoblade Chronicles 2, people weren't watching anymore. But I was committed and I finished it. I did everything in the game, and you can't prove otherwise. That I did every single side quest, I did all the things, and I regret doing Xenoblade Chronicles this to a certain extent. Not because like I made a promise and I played it and I finished it and I 100%ed it because, you know, I'm stubborn, and when I say I'm gonna do something, I do that something, you know. But it killed my channel, but more than kill my channel, because my channel doesn't have any viewers, so what channel is there to kill? It killed my motivation. That is the biggest sin that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did to me. That it stopped me from having fun streaming. It became kind of a chore to stream. And you can tell almost immediately that I wasn't having as much fun, because as I mentioned before, during the Xenoblade Chronicles ones, I consistently did 9-10 hour streams because I was just having so much fun. But here you can see 7 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 9, 5, 8, 6, 7. You know, like with Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I was consistently doing 9 to 10 hours part because I was getting in there on time and finishing up late and having the best time of my life. But with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I would constantly promise 1 p.m. streams, and I would just start like 2-3 hours later because I didn't want to do it. I wasn't having fun. And yeah, and it did get better. I'm not gonna say Xenoblade Chronicles 2 didn't get better. It was really bad at the beginning, and then it got better. But it didn't get good. It just got alright. You know, as a whole, I've mentioned this before, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is an alright game. If you're fond of the franchise, or if you're really into JRPGs, it's an alright game, and you'll probably enjoy the experience. But I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it. You know, because it's just alright. It's anime melodrama. It's cringe. It's awkward. The story's really bad at the beginning, and it has a lot of problems, and I've talked about it a million times. But I'm not here to talk about the game itself, because you can just watch my final episode of that to hear my opinions, or just watch the whole thing if you're interested. I really just want to talk about what it did to my channel and what it did to me, because honestly, unrelated to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I still kind of am, but I was in a pretty bad spot in my life. In this moment, I got really depressed, and I didn't want to do it, and I had no motivation to do anything. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 didn't help, you know? Xenoblade Chronicles 2 didn't give me depression. That's the YouTube title clickbait. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 gave me literal depression. And it's like a picture of Rex, like over here, like shocked, and then a picture of me with like, I don't know, like a depression diagnosis. That's the thumbnail. And that, you know, like as that title, a clickbait. It's a video about me complaining about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Beautiful clickbait there. But I was in a pretty dark spot in my life, because of multiple things, because of life, because of things. Life was kind of beating me down, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just wasn't helping. It wasn't a great game. I wasn't having fun doing it, and I just didn't want to stream a lot of the time. With Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I consistently started at 1 p.m. I would promise streams at 1 p.m. and I would start at 1 p.m. because I was excited. I'm like, let's play some Xenoblade Chronicles, man. This game is based and red build. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I would constantly promise those 1 p.m. streams, and I didn't start them till 2 or 3, like basically every time. And one of the reasons that it took so long is because the game is huge, but not only because the game is huge, but also because I kept like delaying it. It took me like 2.5 months to beat the whole game. And honestly, it probably would have only taken me like 1.5 if I consistently made the videos when I said I would. But a lot of the times I would be like, oh, I'm gonna do a stream at 1, and then I wake up and I sit here, and I would sit here like this with my controller, and I would set up my setup, and I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, and I would just wait hours and hours, and that's why I would start like 2-3 hours late. Or I would wake up late, and like I would do that as well. And another thing that would happen a lot, specifically towards the end there, because I just wanted to get the game over with. So this final stream here, the final thing, I like delayed this for like 2-3 weeks. I kept saying like, oh, it's gonna be the end of it, but then I didn't stream it for 1 week, and then I didn't stream it that next Monday. So I ended up streaming it on right, like it took me two whole weeks to get around to doing it, because like I would wake up late, like I would wake up at 1, and I was like, oh, it's gonna take me longer than that to beat it, and I just wanted to get it over with, and I don't want to do 2 more streams, so I just wouldn't stream that day, because I would sit there and I was like, I don't want to stream now because it's kind of late, and I'm not gonna be able to finish the game, and I just kept delaying it because I just wasn't having fun, It killed me. And another thing that it killed is that I consistently, during Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I did 2 videos, except for like right here. But during Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I did 2 videos, and then another game. 2 videos, and then a game. 2 videos, and then a Homestuck video. 2 videos, and then some Roblox. 2 videos, and then some Ninja Gaiden, Fun, consistent content. And I was planning on doing that to begin with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I wanted to do 2 streams a week and 1 weekly week, but Xenoblade Chronicles was beating me down so much that I ended up not doing that much. I only did Valiant Hearts and this Lego build stream, and that's in the 2.5 months that I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Actually, I think it was 2 months, whatever. In the 2 months that it took me to beat the game, I only did that. I only finished Valiant Heart and Lego build stream, which was a fun stream that I did by myself there with Cactus, if I remember correctly, and Uniroom. I would go on Monday, I would play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I would feel absolutely horrible because of it. I would get to Wednesday and I would promise a stream, Transistors, other game, Lego build stream, this other thing. And then I would get on Wednesday and I would just be exhausted from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Monday stream, I still had effects on me on the Wednesday where I was supposed to play something else. So I was just like, I would wake up and I was like, I'm just not gonna stream, because I felt bad. And I didn't want to do it, that kind of thing. And I was just in a bad mental space, I got the depresso. Whatever. What else can I say about Xenoblade Chronicles 2? For a long time, I thought that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 finale was gonna be like a really grand moment in my life. That it was gonna be like, finally, it's over. The game is over. We did it. The game is over. But honestly, I finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I threw out confetti. I bought confetti and I threw out confetti. And I remember when I did that, all I felt was relief. All I felt was pure and utter, like a weight had been completely taken out of my shoulders. It was not a moment of excitement. It was not a moment of cheer. It was not like this, yes, we finally did it. We finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It was just pure and utter relief that I was done and over with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, with the stupid gacha system and the side quest system and all that other stuff. I was done with it. But it is what it is. In between there, like I said, I did Valiant Hearts, which is a pretty cool indie game that I bought a few years back to Let's Play and I never ended up doing. So I decided just to play it in between here. Valiant Hearts is a very pretty, gorgeous side-scrolling game with a emphasis on storied cutscenes kind of thing, with puzzle solving, and it's based around World War I, and there's a lot of historical facts in there. It's a fun enough game. There's some discussion about like whether it like fetishizes World War I or whether it interprets it in a kind of bad way. I don't think it did that well because it's called Valiant Hearts, subtitled The Great War. So I think honestly they were planning on they were planning on doing more Valiant Hearts games, but they never did. They only did this one. It was a fun enough game. Apparently, got a Switch release sometimes recently, but then maybe I'll buy it. It's a fun enough game. I would recommend if you're into that kind of thing. It's a gorgeous game. It's definitely beautiful. So, you know, recommend that. I did this Lego building stream where I built those cactuses, those succulents that I have over there. That was pretty fun. I did that with Nunu and Cactus. They were there for like the entire thing, and we just kind of talked while I built. That was fun. I have a lot of lofty like dreams and aspirations of doing streams like that, like more physical streams where I like do things with my hands. And these were like kind of test drives for that, and you know, like the the little intermissions of me opening Animal Crossing amiibo cards kind of thing. But other than that, that's basically all I did. Like that, and now we're at the modern era. The last like 3 weeks of content, basically. I played the Splatoon Rock versus Paper versus Scissors Splatfest. For this one, I woke up really late because I was still dealing with that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 beatdown. So I woke up decently late. I came in here halfway through the Splatfest, but I still got around to like getting to enjoy it a bit. And oh yeah, I also watched the direct at the beginning because I hadn't watched it yet. But I did this, and then I continued into Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I was team Scissors. We lost dramatically. But yeah, I came in exactly during halftime, and I had a good time. It was a decent good time. It was nice enough to experience this. I played with Sal, which was really fun. You know, they downloaded the game, and we play together now. So, you know, that's good. I'm having a good time with Splatoon 3. This was, you know, not that long ago. This was August 28th. It was 1 month ago. A little less than 1 month ago. A little while after my birthday. Good time. It was a good way to, you know, premiere the Splatoon 3 game to the masses, and, you know, it's been pretty big since then. Then after that, I did a video on the first day of Splatoon where I just kind of played some Splatoon matches. We did some Salmon Run together, Jin and I, and Sal, and we did some Turf War. I am not a good-looking person. Can you leave? God damn it! I don't want to look at myself. But we did a bit of this, which was really fun. We fought against King Salmonella for the first time, which was really fun. So yeah, I just wanted to do this the day off, like the day off release for Splatoon, which must have been September 9th because it was uploaded September 10th. I wanted to do this because I wanted to have some topical Splatooning, you know, and also because I thought it would be fun to like do these kind of things together for the first time, like show the new Salmon Run for the first time, my first reaction to it on stream, and like play it together and stuff, and Turf War, and you know, it was a decently good time. I don't really have that many things to say about these modern ones because they just happen, and the feelings are pretty fresh. With a lot of these older ones, it's like I can reminisce a bit about like the good old days from 6 months ago. But a lot of these new ones, you know, we did that Farming Direct that was pretty mid and was hated by a lot of people, but honestly, I think it was alright. There were like 5 good reveals in there that a lot of them aren't necessarily for me, but like I recognize are big reveals for some specific people. So, you know, going back to that goddamn rant from the State of Play, or, you know, like, it's not for you, goddammit. You know, there's gotta, I tweeted this, but there's gotta be a JRPG farm lover out there who like was like coming during this goddamn direct, you know, so many good games, so many farming RPGs, you know. There must have been a person out there who had that experience. It wasn't me, but you know, it is what it is. And then after that, I did 3 episodes of the Splatoon 3 story mode, which was pretty good. I had a good time with it. What can I say? You know, fun game, good times, just happened. It doesn't matter. And in between that, I did the second Splatfest, the first like in-game Splatfest in the game release. The where are ya? The Gears versus Grub versus Fun. Team Gear always, and we won, baby. All because of me. All because I played those 5 hours in the beginning, and then I basically didn't play it much after that. Then I finished the game. But yeah, the last little while has been a lot of Splatoon 3 content, which will probably take a backseat for this upcoming month since I'm going to be playing so many spooky games. But I'll definitely, I kept the slot open just in case there is a Splatoon 3 Halloween event, which they'll most likely be because they've always done them for the years past, so why wouldn't they? So I kept it slot open for that, so there'll be still a little bit of Splatoon in the future. I'll play it by myself anyhow. And then lastly, this last Monday, I did a little bit of a stream where I just kind of talked about my experiences with Overwatch and the fact that the game is being deleted in around 2 days. In 2 days, Overwatch 1 will be completely deleted from the market, and it will be overtaken by Overwatch 2, which is basically the same game, but like there's a lot of stuff that is different. You know, the hubs are different, the game feel is different, all the characters have redesigns, all that other stuff. So like to a certain extent, it's a little sad seeing the game disappear. And I just kind of talked about my experience joining the game, my experience throughout the game, the multiple people that I played with the game, the YouTubers that I watched at the time. I wish I kinda had written down a list of topics so I could have gone one by one, because it was a bit rambly, honestly. This one was today's reminiscing episode, which is basically the same thing I did for that Overwatch episode, is a little better because I literally have a list of physical things to talk about one by one, so it feels more structured, you know? Even though it's still probably rambly to a certain extent, but you know, that's just me. But the Overwatch was a bit more rambly than I should have, that I wanted it to be. So I should have wrote down some topics so I could have gone one by one, because I kept going in between topics. But yeah, I talked about starting Overwatch, middle Overwatch, and then like why I stopped watching. I stopped playing Overwatch. I talked about the friends that I had at the beginning, the friends that I have towards the middle, the connections that I made through it. I had a lot of Overwatch related memories that I just kind of discussed there. A lot of them that, you know, I probably didn't think of, and I'm gonna like in a few days be like, oh man, I should have talked about that kind of thing. And you know, there's a lot of magic that that Overwatch had when it first released, a lot of love that I have for that game and for that era in my life. So I want to kind of talk to that and just kind of reminisce. And you know, I got a bit emotional there. But as a whole, that's my year. That's my year of streaming. 1 year of streaming. Now where am I now? I am at the same place I started. Okay. If I was gonna give some little observations on my evolution throughout the year, is that my setup got better, my lighting got better, my audio got better, you know, my interface got better. I have a cuter I never actually ended up talking about that actually, but I do have I went from the kind of generic looking one to this one, which I think is really cute, with the game over here on the right, and then the chat like right up here, and then my username over there. I think it's a really cute design, and I like really like it. Well, I forgot to talk about that throughout the stream, but I did change that, and you know, I added alarms for raids. There was a lot of like technical stuff that I feel like I actively improved upon from the beginning of my streaming in October 1st, 2021 to now, the day before October 1st, 2022. You know, when it came to like microphone quality, video quality, you know, general setup quality. There is alarms on here, and there's chat up here. With a cute little design, and I have multiple interfaces, and I figure a lot of the audio stuff out. By the way, I don't know if any of you are watching right now, but can you tell me if I'm in sync? Because you know, I was watching that Overwatch video a little bit there, and for a while there I was really out of tune with myself, out of sync with my camera and my voice. But on a technical level, I feel like I really improved. Not only did I add thank you, darling. Not only did I add like cameras and video audios and stuff, but I ended up improving those things. I have good audio now. I have pretty lights in the background. It looks nice, you know, it looks decently nice, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of all of that. As a content creator, I don't know if I've changed that much, honestly. I'm a little bit more well-versed on the Twitch terminologies and stuff like that. But I don't know, as far as commentary and stuff like that, I don't think I've gotten that much better, but I think that's mostly because like I didn't start October 1st as a brand new content creator, a let's player, streamer, gameplay person. I've been doing this for 12 freaking years of my life. So 1 year isn't that much of a change. And I think I'm pretty good at it, you know? I don't mean to like stroke my goddamn BP right now, but I think I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm pretty good at talking. I think I'm pretty good at rambling. I think I'm pretty good at filling out the silence with like decently interesting things to say. And you know, I feel like I'm not like an expert. I'm not amazing. I'm not super funny. My voice isn't all that great, but I am above average, I would say, if you consider the average being everyone on Twitch and not like the big ones, you know, the big streamers. I'm pretty good at talking, you know? It runs in my family. We never shut the heck up. But yeah. When it comes to that aspect of it, I don't think I've changed that much dramatically in the last year. Maybe I've maybe learned to talk a little clearer or something, but I don't think that's true. But you know, as a whole, I think things are pretty much the same. As far as viewership is concerned, there is a little bit of upgrade there. I've mentioned this throughout the channels. This is my streaming time here on Twitch, that like, you know, you don't get big on Twitch and you don't get a following by streaming. You get a following by marketing. And honestly, a lot of people like would recommend that you don't even stream that much. You shouldn't even stream that much. You should focus a lot of time on marketing your streams in some kind of fashion. So like when it comes to that like aspect of it, I like, you know, I haven't been doing that too much. I've been streaming a lot. I stream a lot, you know, and I have a lot of fun streaming. I enjoy streaming a lot. And like Jun just said, I do have some users coming back together, you know, like it wasn't a complete stagnant mess, you know. In the last year, I've had more people watching me than I've ever had in my 12 years of making Let's Plays on YouTube, you know? Back on the YouTube days, I would have my ex commenting. I would have Jin commenting up there. I would have the occasional friend come in, or the very rare person come in and leave a comment, you know? But on here, because of the way the streaming works, I've had a lot of different faces in the chat, you know? I've had some of them become returning people, you know, and not all of them were friends of mine. I had the Laufeys and the Sows and the Jins, you know, my real life friends who are here a lot of the time. By the way, am I straight? I'm not straight, god damn it, CL. But I've had those people here as well. But I also like had quite a few returning people who I don't know. We had the random cactuses, the new rooms, the Boity Toities and Boity Toity Cell of Scrubs, a set of friends and stuff who like were here a lot. We had like very recently that Rachel Emma person who was here for quite a few of the Splatoon stream. Agent Pine comes back every once in a while, and you know, Hydalia, they might not comment a lot, but I see them on here a lot. So like, you know, I've had some success, I guess, better than any success I've ever had on YouTube in 12 years of making content, you know? And because of that, that's the reason that I feel like I've been able to stream so regularly. Like I did a year of streaming, and yeah, I missed some weeks, but I kept that up. I kept it up like really regularly. You know, I was late to a lot of streams, but I streamed anyway. I would set up schedules and I did them a lot, you know? And it's the longest, most consistently that I've ever made Let's Play style content, you know? Because when I did Let's Plays on my YouTube channel, I would do it for a few months and then I would take breaks for a long time, you know, because I would burn out myself and then I would be done. But this time around, I did a whole year where I basically didn't take that many breaks. Yeah, this is some Xenoblade music here. How relevant. And I'm pretty proud of that. You know what? I should actually go full face mode. Since, you know, I don't really have to look at this anymore. I'm just kind of talking about the channel in general. I'm pretty proud of the people that I've been able to accumulate. I've reached like Twitch affiliate, which isn't the biggest of deal. And some people have reached Twitch affiliate in like a month. It took me like a good 8. But you know what? I'm proud of that. Even though I haven't activated it yet, I have the Twitch affiliate thing for like a few months now, where all I have to do is like, put in my information and activate it. But the reason I haven't done that is because I don't really have anything to add to the streams. Like I don't have any emotes and stuff like that. So what's the point? And I don't have that many viewers. So like me activating that will make ads appear on my channel more regularly. And I don't want to put a barrier into people watching me here. So I probably won't activate the affiliate status for a while, but I do have it. I have affiliate. I've reached, here, let me check. Oh, I love this song. I love this song. I love this song. I love this song a lot. Very nostalgic to me, even though it wasn't even that long ago. Ah, that's me. That long ago. Stop talking. But if we go in here real quick, 59. I got 59 followers. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of 59 followers. Those were most of those were consistent people who came in here, chatted with me, and then they decided to give me a little follow. And yeah, most of them didn't come back. Most of them aren't here. Most of them aren't here, but whatchamacallit. But like a lot of them did come back regularly. I had the Boydie Toidies and all that other people. Like, I'm very thankful for, because it gave me just that boost of motivation, that nice little boost of yeah, gamer, that kind of thing. But it's probably why I was able to keep this going for so long, for one whole year, regularly. I was able to stream for that because I had people coming here regularly, and I had a lot of discussions with a lot of people, and it was nice. I'm proud of it. Even if it's not like super successful, even though like I haven't reached any super major milestones or anything like that, I had success in the biggest way that I've ever had in my years creating internet content. So there's that, and I'm proud of it. I am proud of it. And, can't take that away from me. But, is there anything else I want to say about my year of streaming? I love how, like, this is a very me thing, that usually if you watch, like, someone's streaming anniversary, it's like a very exciting episode where they come out here and they, like, do a lot of things and celebrate. It's such a me thing to, like, have a 1-year anniversary be me being sad and melancholy. Hey, it's what sets me apart, baby. My sadness. But it's not all sadness. It's a little melancholic sadness. And I'm proud. I'm happy where I stand with it. I might have hated Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I am proud that I did it. I finished that game entirely, and I never gave up. I did 24 episodes of that goddamn time. I did 14 episodes of the original Xenoblade Chronicles. I did Spooky Boogie that entire last year, 2021, consistently. And I never gave up on anything. I kept constantly doing it, and yeah, I have my roadblocks around there, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my commitment, even if it doesn't necessarily translate to any like channel oriented growth or anything like that. I am proud of what I was able to do, and I'm gonna continue doing that, at least for this upcoming month. I have a whole month schedule completely set up in order for me to do the video games. I have set out the entirety of Spooky Boogie, my Halloween special. I have around 24 games or so that I'm going to be playing during the duration of that month, which is going to be really fun to do because I love constantly playing new types of games. Every single Saturday, I will be playing certain games, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I will be streaming all those days combined. Basically, I'm streaming every single day except for Friday and Sunday. Because usually Sundays are hangout days and Friday is a nice break. But yeah, 24 days scheduled, a lot of games for us to play, and it shall be fun. And it'll be the beginning of a brand new year of stream, my second year on stream, and we'll see where things lead there. I do have some plans, but whatever. So So yeah, I guess that's it. This was a bit of a longer stream than I thought it would be. I've been streaming for like 2 hours at this point, hour 53. 15 minutes of those was me setting it up, so an hour and a half and some change. Hour 40 minutes. But yeah, I like to reminisce. I like to feel sad. A good feeling, you know. There's a nice little feeling to that melancholic sadness, you know, that nostalgic, like melancholic nostalgia kind of thing. But yeah. Yeah, we can play some Splatoon after this, but I do have to make a thumbnail and some other stuff in here, so maybe I'll play in an hour or so, like around 11. But we can play a few games of Salmon Run and stuff. But yeah, I guess that's that. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time seeing me reminisce over the past year of content. And if you're interested, of course, stick around for this upcoming month for spooky games for the spooky boogie season. I'm streaming right tomorrow, you know, October 1st. I'm streaming. I'm going to be doing Inside. It's going to stream for a good 5 hours so I can finish the whole game on one day, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it. I had a good time this year, and I can't wait to do it again. Maybe a little bit different, but I'll do it again nonetheless. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow. And night, sweet dreams. What are the things that I usually say at the end of episodes? Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. See you, Space Cowboys. So long, Gay Bowser. Bye-bye. Ta-ta. Peace out. I wish I had a filter that made me, like, disappear. That would be pretty funny. But bye-bye, darling. Have a good night. Actually, I'm back. I returned. I forgot. I need to make a thumbnail. Might as well do it now. Yeah. What's a good pose? Maybe like looking up. That one's good. Let's use that. What's a reminiscing pose? All right. Good night, everybody. That's the one I'm using.